Good morning. So, I want to talk about what to do with the pain during the spiritual awakening. And I feel like part of this journey is learning how to, we feel pain coming up and learning how to deal with it and learning how to overcome it. And I'm feeling like there is a way to disconnect from the pain. It's it's not quite disconnect from the pain because you can feel the pain as an emotion, but it's kind of like you become the observer of it. You come to a higher place, to the soul level, where you are watching the pain and you're watching, what is it meaning? Is it false? Is it real? It's part of this experience. Why am I feeling pain? Everything around us in existence is perfect. Um, Even the pain is perfect. So, what is the pain coming to tell me? What is it teaching me? And once I can start taking the lessons from it and rise above it, then it is not detrimental anymore. The pain becomes your teacher. It becomes it makes you stronger rather than going down and wallowing in the pain and becoming the pain and becoming um it's fear based, the pain and I'm talking about emotional pain. I'm talking about the emotional pain. It um It is fear-based and it is set in a place that of not realizing that everything around us is perfect. Everything in the spiritual awakening is perfect. Everything that happens for a reason. Um, and everything that happens is divinely guided and because the it's like we have pain over something, but if we can realize that that happened for a reason because it's guiding us to our higher good. So let's say, I'll give an example in the twin flame journey. If the twin falls out, it's because, or if you lose somebody, it's in order for, or lose somebody, as if you can really have somebody. That's just off. But I'm trying to make a point, so that is part of the making a point, right? So if somebody leaves our life that we really wanted them in our life and we start feeling pain because of the loss of it, if we can rise above and look at the pain and see what it's telling us and really read it and know with a knowing that everything is exactly as it is, because the things that are in if it was exact and if it was something that needed to be in my life, it would be in my life. There are reasons why it fell out. It's because it's not a suit in my life, or because it's not a vibrational match, or because of other reasons, and a lot of times you can't even see the reasons, so you have to just trust that when you let go of one thing, new things come into your life. When you really let go emotionally and let go physically of things that don't need to be in your life, things that, um, even if it causes you pain because you really want it or you think that you want it, once you let it go and once you rise above the pain, and you have to hold in that space, right? You have to really rise above it, overcome it, hold in that space. And once you arrive there, it's like there's a void in the beginning, in between the passing through. So there's a void because whatever it was you were holding space for, now you're not holding space for. And then there is a space that is feels like it's empty. And when we have a place that feels like it's empty, it's like we try to fill it because it's a void within us. We feel like something within us is is empty, or it's like a vacuum, like the air was sucked out of it, but there's nothing to fill it back up, or an empty space. But once you can heal that place, and once you can pull yourself out of holding on to whatever it is you're holding on to that is causing you the pain, then you can allow for other things to fill in, and you'll be surprised at how first of all how quickly things fill in, and secondly, the joy of what comes after, the joy of the new things that come in. All of a sudden, you're starting to enjoy new things and see new things, new possibilities, new options that you didn't necessarily see before when you were holding. And now I'm going to do like kind of like on the twin flame journey. And I'm so sick of that term. I'm so sick of the term. See, I'm speaking what I'm learning along the way. So I'm still bouncing in between the pain and the void. I feel like on the twin flame journey, I feel kind of maybe a lot of the reason why I haven't been making videos is because I feel like I'm a little bit like I'm still understanding it, maybe a little bit confused. I have all sorts of doubts about the journey coming up. I still feel torn. I feel doubts like, is this journey real? Is I know what I feel, and I just feel this total utter connection to him, like we're connected. Yeah, no fancy words, no fancy words. Like I just feel connected to him, and at the same time, I feel so disconnected from him. I feel like he's getting further and further away, and I'm coming more and more back into myself. And I'm still feeling a little bit of the chasing energy, but still at the same time that I feel the chasing energy, it's like I don't put any, almost like I'm not putting hopes into it. And then I have these thoughts like, if I don't chase him, him and I won't meet. Like if I don't go to the places that there's a chance to meet him and I just won't meet. It's as simple as that. And we had a conversation a couple of nights ago. So, okay, so I'll tell the story of it, I guess. I I mean, I'm already crying. I might as well tell the story of it. So ever since like it's been a month or so, probably been a little bit longer, that I started this is really hard for me. That I started like smoking a little bit of marijuana, and I know that it was like it feels like it's like my tests in the world's like I can deal with things without outs, and then I have to go through them emotionally without without giving myself like, it's like giving myself outs. It's like allowing myself to smoke so that I don't have to deal with the intensity of the emotions, and then I can, with through smoking, I can resolve all the emotions, and then I tell myself stories. Okay, it's medicinal, and I still believe that. But I also believe that in order for me to completely rise into my full self of being and being able to deal with anything that comes, I need to be able to do it without any vices, without smoking marijuana, without running away from my problems, with just sitting in the pain. It's kind of like these last couple of days, I haven't really cried that much. I'm crying now because I'm talking about it. And anytime I bring something out of really deep within, wherever it touches me really deep emotionally, it tears me up. And so I feel like when was smoking, I always pay prices. I always pay prices. First of all, I notice also in my providence, even though I've been managing, and every month, I don't know how, it's like a miracle. It's like every month is a new miracle, and I've just been so grateful. That's, you know, and I don't even know how, really. It's just like I'm trying, well, not trying. I'm doing my God's work as I see it, as I can do it. Sometimes I just can't sit down and bring anything forward. Sometimes my God work is just going inward and understanding what's going on within myself, or even just being for a minute completely lost and not doing anything with it, like I've been in the last couple of days. And it's amazing because the last couple of days I got so much done, and I've been able to be out in nature and do the things that I love. So a couple of days ago, I'll just tell the story of a couple of days ago. So I have been smoking a little bit, and now I haven't been for a couple of days since this last episode. So a couple of days ago, I saw him, and I saw him over here near my house. We passed, like, I was going to the spring over here by the house, and we like, he was coming out and I was going in, and he had stopped and he was picking greens. And so I stopped and we picked greens for a while, and it was, I don't know, it was kind of strange. And I had like, I was in pain, like a lot of pain. And he said, I can already see by your face, like, what's going on. And I told him, "Well, what do I do with the pain?" He said, well, why do you have to do anything with the pain? What? Why do you have to do with anything with it? What do you have to, just be thankful for what you have. You have so much to be thankful for. Why are you, like, oh, the pain, always going into dramas. And so anyway, we hung out for a while, and then we went, and then basically I followed him to the beach down there to our friends, and we said hi. We did a round there, and then we left, and then and that was at, like, towards the end of the day, and I hadn't smoked anything because I'd been working all day, and then in the evening I smoked a toke, and then I did a big, like, I called him. And I called him. It was like, it was so pitiful. It was desperate. And I have like this, I recorded the call so that I could listen to it afterwards. And he knows that he has told me to record calls before. So I don't feel like like in that I'm doing anything. And and I told him, I asked him, how do I get rid of this? I'm so sick of this. I was like, I lost it. I was like hyperventilating. Like, I told him, this is like taking over my whole life. I want to get rid of it already. I'm so sick of it. I don't want to have these feelings for him anymore. And he said, why are you calling me about this? I'm part of this. Why are you calling me? Talk to somebody else about it. And I told him, who am I going to talk to about it? I mean, besides the videos, right? Who am I going to talk to about it? I told him I'm so sick of it. What do I do about it? He said, why do you need to do anything about it? Just, lots of people don't even feel love. Why don't you just be grateful that you can even feel love? What? Because it's not going anywhere, because you're not going to get anything of it. It's not helping you. You're not going to get anything out of it. Also, like, it was like he was speaking two sides of his mind. He said, I don't see anything wrong with it. What? That you're in love, and that it's not getting answered. So he said, so what? He said, you want help? I'll help you. I'll make a divide between us. He said, I'll distance us, make a distance between us. And he said, we've been in contact for 2 years, and he holds a distance, like a physical distance. And he said, isn't it enough that I don't allow you in my space? I don't allow you to touch me. Doesn't that, like, you need to open yourself up for other options? He told me that. He said, anytime that you have those thoughts, just put them out of your mind. Treat it like any other kind of addiction. He said, any kind of addiction, you just like wean it, like put it out of your mind. Every time an obsessive thought comes up, just force yourself to think about something else. And I told him, I'm so sick of this because it takes over my whole freaking mind and my whole freaking life. I'm so sick of it. I'm just so sick of it. I'm just so sick of it. I'm just so sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Everything I do, that is in my mind. I'm so sick of it. I'm just so sick of it. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from running and chasing, and I'm exhausted from the freaking thoughts in my mind. Even the thoughts of letting go, like, let go already, let go already. That's also about him. Even the letting go it's like, it's obsessive. And then I start thinking, am I crazy? Am I crazy? He doesn't want this connection. He could live without it just like that. He has the choice and the power and the connection. And then I think to myself, why are you freaking giving over your power? You've never been like this. I've never been like this. I've never been a desperate person. I've always felt like, I always felt like in relationships that I have choices, that I always felt like I'm on top, like, not on top, but like I never felt desperate. I always felt like if I want a partner, I can find a partner. And if somebody's not interested, then they're not interested, and it's not right. And it's just easy to just like, and this whole connection is just so intense and immense. And I feel connected. Like, I'm trying to say, okay, so just disconnect from him. Just treat it like an addiction. There's some deer over there. I've been looking for them all morning, and then there they are. I'm not going to zoom in because you can barely see them. And And then I feel like, okay, so just freaking disconnect from him. Just disconnect. Just bring all the energy. And that's also what he told me. He told me, take all your energy back to yourself. Take all your focus back to yourself. He said it. He said it. He said it. He said, isn't it enough that I don't allow you in my space? I don't allow you to touch me. Like, doesn't that say something? And also when I saw him a couple days ago, he said to me something, he was joking with me, but he said something along the lines of that I am um, harassing him. But, every single thing that is a joke, and I take it as a joke and almost like as endearing. But then when I really think about it, is it really endearing? Is it like, oh, cute? Or is it really him telling me, you know, get lost, go find yourself? And then I feel like I listened to that conversation. I've never recorded like a conversation like that before. I listened to the conversation back and tried to listen to it from like a neutral place. I listened to it over and over and over. And especially the parts where he's telling me to get over it. Especially those parts. Even this morning, I was thinking, like, I could take his voice and I could make a mantra. But then I feel like, I don't know, it just feels like too much. It's like, isn't it enough what he said? And it's not only what he says, also in the real world, also in the physical world, he's pushing me away. And he said, I don't invite you over. I don't, I cut all contact. We don't talk, you know, it's easier that way. Maybe it's easier that way. I'll help you. I'll help you disconnect. I'll put a disconnection between us. And I just feel like a fool. I feel like a fool. I want to shake this. I feel like such a fool. And when I listen to the conversation, I wouldn't be attracted to me. There's a deer running over there. I wouldn't be attracted to me. It's total desperation. Like, that's not like me. That's not like me. I wouldn't be I wouldn't want me in my life in that way. Like, oh, I'm trying to quit giving this power. And so, like, I was thinking on YouTube, like, all of the advice is, you know, you have to put up a video, like, either you have to do it either once a week or once a day or however you do it, you have to like do it consistently. And I just feel like I'm just winging this. I'm just putting up whatever it is that at the time feels right. Okay, well, I'm going to show you where I'm at. I really don't really feel like I have anything of intelligence to add to this. I think the most intelligent thing that I had to add to this is that I'm actually learning how to rise above the pain. Kind of. See, here I am going back and down into it. It's like this jumping back and forth in between living the pain and rising above the pain and watching it, living the pain and rising above it. Okay, I'm going to turn this around and show you where I'm at. Mr. Rexy. The deer was running over there. It was running down the mountain. Thank you for watching.